Hello everyone, welcome back to UPSC Mains PYQ series, and today we shall be discussing next question of geography from 2025 question paper. So let's start. So our question is, explain briefly the ecological and economic benefits of solar energy generation in India with suitable examples. Okay, so first of all, focus on the word explain. This is the main directive. And you have to provide the examples. So explicitly it has been mentioned that you have to provide the examples. Okay. So first of all, you can directly start with the status of solar energy. So basically, what is solar energy? Solar energy is non-conventional form of energy. It is renewable energy which is obtained by tapping the energy of sun. Okay, so this is solar energy. Now, what is the status of solar energy? So, as of 2025, India has more than 120 gigawatt of solar energy. Okay, so these are the factual things. Mainly, you must know the distribution of solar energy, because see, in any geography question, you have, if it's possible, you have to provide the map, or if you are not able to provide the map, you have to provide the geographical concept. For example, in the question of locational and aerial planning, which we have discussed in the previous video, you could have simply written the applications of all the four technologies in the regional planning, but you have to include the geographical aspect. So first you have to explain what is locational analysis and what is aerial analysis, and if possible you have to give a brief background. So here also in this question, if you have to include the geographical aspect, if possible you have to make a map. Okay, so let's discuss briefly the distribution of solar energy in India. Okay, so basically here solar energy potential is very high in this region, in the areas of Rajasthan and Gujarat, in the regions of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, Madhya Pradesh. So these areas have very high potential of solar energy, and they have also generated huge amount of solar energy. Okay, so what are the reasons for this? See, in these desert regions of Rajasthan and Gujarat, there is very low density of clouds, and because of this, solar insolation can be easily reached on the Earth's surface. Okay, and these all states like Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, and Tamil Nadu, so these are the tropical states. Means these are near the equator. Okay, so already they have high amount of solar insolation. Okay, so in short you can discuss, because see, your directive is explain. So you just can't write only the ecological and economic benefits. You have to increase the dimension. So I have the dimension which I have included is the distribution. That's okay. So now coming to the main part which has been asked in the question. So main part is the ecological and economic benefits. Ecological and economic benefits. See, first of all, the first ecological benefit what we can discuss, it can be about the environmental conservation. Why I am saying this? Because in thermal power plants, deforestation takes place, land degradation takes place because of the mining activities. Okay, for example, if you need coal, you need coal mining, and you can easily see in the regions of Jharia coal fields, in the region of Damodar Valley. These all regions are degraded. The soil in all these regions are degraded. So this thing can be easily saved under solar energy. Okay. Second ecological benefit which we can talk about is the reduction in pollution. Because in thermal power plants can lead to air pollution, they can lead to water pollution because of the waste generated from the thermal power plants. Okay. Third thing we can say about reduction in greenhouse gases or reduction in carbon footprint. Because there will be emissions of carbon dioxide, there will be emission of sulfur dioxide, there will be emission of oxides of nitrogen from the thermal power plants. So these all things can be avoided in solar energy plants. Okay. For the economic benefits, what we can discuss that it can easily save your forex, because oil and natural gas, coal, oil, natural gas, these all are imported only. So it can reduce the import bill. Right. Second, it can save us from economic losses. I will explain this with an example about the economic losses. See, Graded Response Action Plan was launched to deal with the issue of pollution in Delhi NCR region. So last year what happened? Out of 4 months, for around 50 days, thermal power plants were shut down because the quality of air was reducing. So see, if for 4 months thermal power plants are shut down, then it will lead to economic losses, because there will be the power shortage. So these solar power plants can save you from economic losses also. Right. Now, let's discuss the other examples. See, under ecological benefits, you can discuss the phenomena of urban heat island. That because of global warming, the phenomena of urban heat island is created, where the temperature is 1 to 2 degrees centigrade more than the surrounding areas. So, and why this issue? It is because of the generation of greenhouse gases. So, if you use solar energy generation, you can easily deal with this phenomena. You can easily reduce the effect of urban heat island. Okay, and also you can reduce the water consumption, because in thermal power plants, water consumption, a lot of water is needed. But here, you can reduce that consumption. Okay, and in economic benefits, you can write about the employment generation. Best example is the PM Kusum scheme. What is happening in PM Kusum scheme? The farmers are incentivized to solarize the diesel water pumps. Also, they are incentivized to set up solar power plants in their unused agricultural. Okay, so I think these are the we have already discussed the ecological and economic benefits. So now please pause the video for 7 minutes, write the answer, and then we shall be discussing the complete answer. So let's start. So see, you can start with the solar power capacity. That recently India became the third largest solar energy producer in the world. Okay, and at present it has crossed with the capacity of 119 gigawatt in 2025. Okay, and see, if the question is on renewable energy, anywhere in your answer you can include the Panchamrita targets also. And what is the main highlights of this target? That by 2070, India has to achieve net carbon neutrality. So if you are asked a question on any type of renewable energy, you can include this point either in the conclusion or in the introduction, anything. Okay, so let's start with the ecological benefits. So as we have already discussed, there will be low carbon footprint because the reliance on coal is very less, and thermal power plants rely on coal. Then air quality impact, we have already discussed that no, there will be less emissions of sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, PM 2.5, these all. Okay, then water conservation. So unlike thermal power plants, they use very less water. And one important thing here is the land optimization, because there are floating solar power plants also. Floating solar power plants. For example, the Omkareshwar floating solar power plant in Madhya Pradesh. So, because of this, your land can also be easily saved. And obviously, the biodiversity support, because since there is no mining because of coal, so biodiversity support will also be there. Now, coming to the economic benefits. So, in economic benefits, see, we already discussed about the employment generation, and we took the example of PM Kusum scheme. And according to a data, solar sector has already generated around 1.6 lakh jobs. Coming to the energy security, so it will reduce the reliance on imports. Okay, and also it will reduce the import bill, it will reduce the trade deficit. Coming to the cost competitiveness, so solar tariffs are very less, around 2 to 2.5 per unit. So they are cheaper than coal also. Coming to the decentralized rural development, so see, there are many remote areas in India which cannot be connected with the central grid. So if you have this system of solar power generation, so you can set up decentralized solar power plants. So it will ensure rural electrification. Now, coming to the export potential. So see, as we have discussed about the Kusum scheme, that farmers are incentivized to set up solar power plants in the unused land. So if they have the extra energy, so they can easily export also. And they can increase their income. Right. So basically, in conclusion, any forward-looking conclusion you can give, like previously we have discussed about Panchamrita targets. So you can write that also, that solar power generation will help to achieve the Panchamrita targets. It will help India to achieve net carbon neutrality and overall sustainability for the future. Okay, so I think yes, this was all for this question, and we will meet in the next one. Thank you.